Albertina Annette Frances Mondesir departed her earthly life to be with the Lord on April 26, 2025, at the age of 74 at the St. Jude Hospital. She was affectionately known as Nurse Frances, Nurse Mondesir, president of FDBA, the Farmers with Disability Beekeeping Association. As an advocate for children with disability, Albertina was trained and worked at St. Jude Hospital as a staff nurse midwife for 10 years, then moved on to community nursing. She departed the nursing career as family nurse practitioner of Region 6 from Canries to Choiseul. Albertina was the daughter to deceased Joe Francis and Katie Clement Francis of Wavenclair, Forcy Jacques Souffre. Albertina was the widow of Kinsley Mondesir and resided at Fontbeigny Souffre and Café Choiseul. Her dearest lifelong acquaintances were her siblings. She was predeceased by her brothers, Cyril Francis of Jacmel, Simon Francis of Wavenclair Souffre. She was predeceased by her sisters, Joan Francis of Myersbridge Souffre, Marceline Noel, better known as Nanan of Labrie. Left to mourn, her surviving sisters, Grace Leona Matthew, Jane Francis, Stella Teresa Schalmine, and Nanot Francis, all of Naples, Florida, Mavis Augustine of Dominica, brother Jeffrey Francis of Victoria, Choiseul, adopted brothers John Baptist in England, Julian Snack, better known as Brother Jew of Mocha, Forcy Jacques, nieces Leah and Laura Francis of Naples, Florida, Tashana Menace of Atlanta, Georgia, Caroline Amab of Labrie, Judy Marius of Wavenclair, Forcy Jacques. Nephews: Casey Amab of Labrie, Matthias Schalmine of New York, Craig Schalmine of Naples, Florida, Denny Matthew of Fort Myers, Florida, Cleophas Francis of Pennsylvania, Jonathan Francis of Naples, Florida, brothers-in-law, New Augustine of Dominica, Henry Matthew of Naples, Florida, Carol Noel of Labrie, sister-in-law Ursula Gillard of Victoria, Choiseul, her cherished children, Chrysama and Chrysan Samuel of Souffre, Joseph, Jolene, and Josiah Paul, all of Café, her big daughter, Nurse Samantha Samuel, and her husband, Curtis Samuel of Souffre, neighbors, Deslin and Joseph Paul of Café, her cousins, Marlene Francis James of Bolingbroke, Choiseul, Cecil Casabo of Forcy Jacques Souffre, Catherine Solomon of Forcaco Souffre, Justine George, also known as Morella of Baytown, Texas, Ramilan, also known as Jaja of Forcy Jacques Souffre, France, Mary Kader, also known as Yiyi of Reunion, Choiseul, Yolanda Theodore of Smith Street, Souffre, Nurse Celine Gustave of Souffre, Serena of England, Steve Joseph of Choiseul, Big Brother Eugene Mitchell, also known as Jimbo of Café Choiseul, caregiver Pauletta Hippolyta Choiseul, her drivers Wayne Joseph of Saltibus, Michael, also known as Nesmin of Choiseul, her FNP colleagues, spiritual team members, volunteer organization, NCPD, and FDBA members. We had great times together. Also left to mourn are the Francis family of Souffre, Forcy Jacques, Chateau Belair, and Atlanta, the Clement family of Zeno and Forcy Jacques, the Augustine and McGlaw family of Dominica, the Amab family of Labrie, the Schalmine family of Forcy Jacques and Florida, the Matthew family of Victoria, Choiseul, and abroad, the Stanislas family of Forcy Jacques, nieces, nephews, family and friends, colleagues, too numerous to mention. Her favorite mourning companions, her dogs, Ficelle, Fido, and Wu, The funeral service for our beloved Albertina Annette Francis Mondesir, affectionately known as Nurse, Nurse Francis, Nurse Mondesir, will be held at the Soufrière Gospel Hall at New Development Soufrière on Monday, May 26, 2025 at 1 p.m. Thereafter, her body will be laid to rest by her cherished loved ones at the Michael O'Brien Private Cemetery. Special note, the family would like to enlighten persons who may not know where the church is located. The Gospel Hall is located after Massey Store at New Development Soufrière. Turn onto the first right after the store, and the hall is right there up ahead. Her body now lies at Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Latuni, V4.